Question, do you have a PayPal credit account and it was charged off or it's in collections? Let me show you what to do to knock them out, to remove that account without waiting 7 long years. So as you can see right here, we got this PayPal collection / charge off removed off this client's credit report. But if you pay attention really quickly right here, this one right here, we got, and that was Experience credit report, we got removed back in, as you can see, January of this year. And then as you can see, it took a while to get the one removed off of TransUnion's credit report, as you can see right here. But some people give up throughout the process, right? Because if they don't get the result they're looking for round after round after round, people throw in the towel, they give up, they stop disputing, they say it's not working. And just letting you know, it's a process when it comes to fixing your credit. It takes time to fix your credit, right? But you don't have to wait 7 long years. The years is gonna pass whether you dispute or not, but you don't have to wait 7 years for this specific account to fall off your credit report, right? Or any other account to fall off your credit report. All you have to do is just follow the laws, which is 15 USC 1681, right? And if you go to specifically I, right, it lays out the procedure Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax have to follow. And if you go to specifically EB, right, 15 USC 1681E, and then go to letter B, then you see that, hey, they have to assure maximum possible accuracy, right? What I always continue preaching, but the procedure they have to follow is I, right? And there are other things you can leverage within the Fair Credit Reporting Act, depending on what you have going on. But with this specific account, you see that, hey, they owe the money. We're going to talk about what you should do after you get the account removed from your report, all right? Now, as you can see right here, like I said before, it got off, and then TransUnion shows, it took time to get it off that specific account, and now it's completely removed off of this client's credit report. And we're gonna talk about, hey, the letters and the things that we use to knock the credit bureaus out. Hold up, before we get into the process, I understand that, hey, some of you all don't have the time to do none of this. That's the reason why me and my team have a done for you service, right? And with this done for you service, it's a little bit different because it's no money up front, and if I don't get you no results, you don't gotta pay. All right, if that's something you want to do, the link is going to be in the description, link is going to be in the comments. All right, now if you want to learn the whole entire process to knock the credit bureaus out, I got you. So let's get into it. So of course, first thing you want to do is get access to your report. Now once you get access to your report, you're going to see a layout of Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, all your accounts on your credit report, but the ones that are holding you back, you're going to look over them specifically. And what you're going to see is, hey, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax is not assuring maximum possible accuracy according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And what you can do is leverage that to your advantage to get the account removed from your report. Now, like I said before, it's going to take time for the account to remove from your report. As you can see, it doesn't happen overnight. You might get the account removed in the first month, and then it takes time to remove it off of TransUnion, Equifax, or you might have to dispute a couple of rounds and you might get them removed off of all 3 credit reports, right? It just takes time. Nobody knows. That's why we can't make no guarantees when it comes to credit. But what we can guarantee is that, hey, if you continue disputing, sometimes it still doesn't work. That's why you probably have to talk to a lawyer. If you can consistently dispute the negative accounts on your report, you're going to see the improvement of your credit score, right? Because as you're removing the negative accounts and paying down debt, you're going to see the improvement, all right? So as you can see, you want to just look at, hey, is the account assuring maximum possible accuracy? What I mean by that, as you can see right here, this is the specific letter that we created, right? And it's a little bit different, right? Got the layout, it's a little bit of handwritten, and I'll show you multiple ways to create this, all right? And as you can see, hey, when you look at this specific account, is the date open incorrect? Is the date last active? Is the date of last payment? Are things inconsistent on the specific account? And most importantly, you're going to see that, hey, this account is inconsistent, right? Date open is incorrect, date last active, date of last payment. A lot of these things are inconsistent, and they have to be consistent according to the law. Now, the reason why everything has to be consistent, but one of the things that's very important is if the date is wrong, that means the account can stay on the report longer than what it's supposed to be, and then which is hurting your credit score. Let's say the account's supposed to fall off on a specific date, but since the date is incorrect, that means the account's going to stay on your report for longer than it's supposed to be, which would then impact you from getting credit during that time process of when you're supposed to get the account removed from your report. Or when you're eligible, let's just say everything is off and this account is still on your report another 2 years, right? That's stopping you, right? So we done talk to plenty. They sue after that because it's hurting you. So this is the reason why everything is important to be consistent on your report. And this is the specific letter that we use. And as I always say, hey, you always want to challenge the data on your report, all right, using the laws, right? I know there's a lot of information out there, but everything is what's going to keep you out of trouble is using everything according to the law, right? So everything is according to, say, the date open is inconsistent, date last active, date of last payment, all this stuff is inconsistent, and you're showing them what's going on. And if you want to create a letter that looks similar to this, I got you. I'm going to break it down. But for right now, I'm just showing you what it looks like. And then you're going to send that letter. You're going to send this letter certified, all right? I'm going to show you how to create it in a second. And you're going to add 3 forms of identification, right? Now, the reason why you want to add 3 forms of identification is because Experian, TransUnion, Equifax continue saying that, hey, you sound like a credit repair company. And then the reason why you want to send it certified is because you can throw your letter away, say they never received it, all right? So this is very important to ensure that, hey, Experian, TradeLine, Equifax got your letter, and most importantly, that they can verify your identity, all right? So you want to have a driver's license, picture of your social security card, and or your passport and proof of residency, whether that's a bill, account statement, as long as it has your name and address, insurance, something that has your name and address, all right? And then you send that in certified to the credit bureaus, and then you have to wait 35 days, 30 days for them to complete the investigation, and then 5 days to mail the investigation back to you. Now, it might happen before then, all right, because usually they'll complete the investigation before the 30-day mark and then mail the investigation back to you. So what you're looking for is a packet of the investigation, the reinvestigation, and some of the things that are going to come back verified, some of the things that are come back, some things got deleted. And what you want to do next is leverage the next specific law based on what happens next. And that's all you're doing every single round is just leveraging the laws based on what happened next, all right? So let's talk about how to create this specific letter. First thing what you want to do, of course, is you're going to either download your report, or what you're going to do is take a screenshot of the specific account, right? And then I'll have this prompt for you, all right, in the description of this video. All right, so just generated everything. So as you can see right here, letter 1 to TransUnion. It's going to have the, you can, fix this up to specific date, TransUnion, right? Consumers at your, your information, right? Your address, your name, your information. And as you can see, hey, it's telling you that I'm not a lawyer. Please consult with one. Do not share information that can identify. All right. So as you can see, the subject, Dear TransUnion, I'm writing to dispute several inaccurate items on my credit report as they violate the Fair Credit Reporting Act, specifically 15 U.S.C. 1681 BS-2. I request the immediate deletion of dispute items per 15 U.S.C. 1681 and you can look up that law for yourself. All right. And hold on, I'm not a lawyer either. I'm just here to show you your rights, right? So below are the details of the discrepancies across TransUnion, Equifax, and reports, right? Like I said, it's going to draft a letter similar to this, right? Then as you can see, account number, the inconsistent date open, the balance, last reported is inconsistent, date last active, date last, or date last payment is consistent, right? 7-year history. Reason for dispute, request, delete this account immediately. All right, so that's how you're gonna create your letter based on the law, and you're gonna request for immediate deletion based on a specific law, right? And then it's gonna draft one for Experian, TradeLine, Equifax, right? And then, like I said before, you're gonna send that letter certified to the agencies, right? Certified to the agencies, like I said earlier, all right? This is how you use it. You can go to Grok right here, and you can leverage this specific tool, and you can attach the screenshot, the document, the upload, everything right here, and you're going to use everything to knock the credit bureaus out. Hold up. Now, once you get the account removed from your report, now, before I would save, I would tell you, hey, I'm a Christian. Before I would say, if you get that debt, don't pay it off. But according to the Bible, you don't want to have no outstanding debt, right? So what you want to do is set up some type of payment arrangement once you get the account removed from your report, because think about it like this. If you get the account removed from your report and you forget it, if you don't pay the debt, what they're gonna do is sell it to a collection agency, and you're just gonna put it right back on your report. So what you want to do is negotiate, and you don't have to pay the full debt, right? They just want something. So you can negotiate a smaller payment. Now the account is permanently gone. You don't got to worry about it. Now it's off your conscience because you did use the debt, whatever the case may be. All right. Now, if you don't have time for none of this, you don't have time to do none of this, like I said before, you can sign up in the description, sign up for me to knock credit barrels out for you. All right. But like I said, that's the process to help you get the account removed from your report. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments.